Hey guys, it's me, Missy with Rustique Relics, and in today's video I'm going to transform these three different size blocks into little presents. Now I used these blocks in the fall when I did pumpkins, and these are just some that I had left over, and so I decided to make them into little presents. So the first thing that I'm going to do is give it a coat of Dixie Belle buttercream. It's just an antique softer white creamish color. And after we get them painted up, I'm going to use the Decoupage hymnal and put it on the tallest block. The other two blocks, we're just going to set those to the side because we're just going to add some ribbon to those later. So for this one, I'm just putting the paper how I want it to be on the block, and then I'm just like creasing the sides so I know where to tear it off. The reason why I tear this one off instead of cutting it is because I do want the edges to be softer. I don't want those hard lines. I do plan on going through and doing a little bit of distress in here, so I want it to be able to be soft on the edges, if that makes sense. Okay, so as always, I use my Podge Matte to attach my rice paper to the block. So I'm just going to put a thin coat on it, and then we'll put the decoupage paper down. So we're just wanting to make sure that we're only doing the side of the where we're going to put the rice paper. We're not going to do anything else. So after that's dry, I'm just going to use the clear coat flat, and I'm only going to seal up the decoupage paper. I'm not going to seal up the entire blocks. And I don't seal up the blocks at all because it's just decor, and I do distress them here. That way it has that worn distress look. It's not going to be in the weather. It's not going to be handled a lot, so I'm not too worried about sealing up this chalk paint. It's really durable, so it'll be fine just like this. So I just have some scrap ribbon left over. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start from the bottom, and I'm just going to wrap it around the sides, and then I'll go through and do the other side. I don't have much of this ribbon, so I'm trying to make it go as far as I can. So here's where I probably did a little bit of the overkill. I have a staple gun, and then I have art glitter glue. So I put a little dot of the art glitter glue onto the wood and put my ribbon down. And that's because, like, over time, staples can get like loose or whatever. So I just want to make sure that the ribbon is secure to the wood and it doesn't come off, if that makes sense. So yeah, wrap 4 sides. So that way it has like that little present look. And then I just cut off any of the strings of the burlap. And then I have a few different pigs and stuff like that's come off reefs or anything like that. I always save those because they come in handy for little stuff like this. So after I get the smallest present wrapped, I'll just use hot glue to attach the little greenery pieces that I have to the presents. And I just think these turned out really cute. I like them a lot. Okay, so for this piece, it's a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead first off and distress the corners of the present. Just that way it has that worn look and it matches the other ones. And I'm just kind of careful on the side where the decoupage paper is because I don't want to rip my paper. I just want to make sure that I just distress it lightly around those edges. And then what I plan on doing on this one is to put a church in the center of the block. So I'm going to use Dixie Belle's Caviar, they're black, and I'm going to outline the outside of the church in black, and then I'll go through and paint the inside. So I'm just going to use a lead pencil and a ruler, and I'm going to kind of give myself the outline that I want to go by, so that way I try to make it as even as possible. But I'm not an artist here, so this isn't my specialty, but I don't want it to look perfect. I just want it to look like an old little white church. So I just use Caviar to go over my lines that I just traced. And the good thing about sealing up this decoupage paper with the clear coat is it allows my chalk paint to sit on top of it and not like bleed into the rice paper or anything like that. It it's sealed up so it's protected, but it also lets my chalk paint go on top of it. So it's a good, clear coat is good to, for this to, like, you can add more stuff to your decoupage paper. You don't have to just leave the decoupage image if you want to, if you want to do this kind of effect. So for the inside of the church, I just use cotton. It's a pure white, so it, you know, it'll stand out against this buttercreams because it's more of an antique white. So I do 2 coats of that on the inside of the church, just to make sure that all of the words and everything like that is covered. And then I take the excess burlap and I just make a messy bow on the top, hot glue it on, and then I take another pick and I just add it to the top of the present. So these are my 3 presents. I had a lot of fun making these. I think they're really cute. If you're interested in any of the products that I used today, make sure you check out our website at rustiquerelics.com for the paint and the decoupage paper. If you like what you see, make sure you give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next time.